We're live.
to this edition of Soul Sessions. To all those out there, we welcome you to Soul Sessions March Lent edition.
It's only going to get better.
It's already got better. We've got one person watching. We're waiting for Brian Callan to just sort of type in that he's with us. Mary Griff, good to have you with us. We had Drew with us. He was here momentarily.
He'll be back.
Speaking fluently and then disappeared. Froze in a very sort of the thinker position. He froze something like this and then disappeared. And we hope that he comes back on shortly because...
He says he'll be back.
Okay. Because the first two songs are his. So we're just going to chatter until he comes on. Well, we welcome all of you to this edition of Soul Sessions. Mary Griff, anything you want to say?
No. Hi, Brian.
Okay, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, no, hope everybody's last week of school before the primary school break is going well, and things are chugging along.
Things are chugging along. Drew, we lost you. You sort of...
I once was lost, but now I'm found. But I am connected through my mobile phone signal, so I could disappear again at any moment. So cherish me while you have me, okay?
We've got to stop putting you on for the first two songs because we have this habit of being the first up and
it's getting a bit dodgy, all right, yeah.
Well, we welcome you all. This is Soul Sessions, like we said. Just to let you know, for Holy Week, we're going to be taking a short break, so we won't be meeting for Soul Sessions next week. I was arguing quite strongly for a 2-week break, but the rest of the unusual suspects argued against that and said, just give it to 1 week. We'll be back the following week, so we'll be here. And yeah, please put in your requests. And our theme for this week is walking. Okay, that was basically... We saw a trend developing in some of the songs that went out. We thought, let's do walking. And then, oh my goodness, did the floodgates open. Before you knew it, we were walking in Memphis, walking on sunshine. We were walking with Jesus. We're taking a closer walk with Jesus. Then we lost Jesus and walked with the Proclaimers 500 miles. And so it's just walking and walking and walking. So it's probably our most literal sort of theme yet, like literally walking. So that you'll see that word scattered throughout the entire song selection tonight. And we do hope you enjoy it because it is absolutely an eclectic mix of music. Some of the songs may not seem on the surface to be particularly spiritual, but like a lot of these songs, when you dig behind them, there's something there. We say hello to Lucy, coming in from Tipperary. Hello to the Batemans. Welcome. Please let us know when you are signing in. Write hello. Let's feel the love. Let's share the love. And to get us started on our theme of walking, we are going to turn to Drew, who is going to lead us with our first song, I Want to Walk with Jesus Christ. Drew, take it away.
I want to walk with Jesus Christ all the days I live of this life on earth, to give to Him complete control of body and of soul. Follow Him, yield your life to Him. He has conquered death, He is King of kings. Accept the joy which He gives to those who yield their lives to Him. I want to learn to speak to Him, to pray to Him, confess my sin, to open my life and let Him in, for such a joy will then be mine. Follow Him, yield your life to Him. He has conquered death, He is King of kings. Accept the joy which He gives to those who yield their lives to Him. I want to learn to read His word, for this is how I know the way to live my life as pleases Him in holiness and joy. Follow Him, yield your life to Him. He has conquered death, He is King of kings. Accept the joy which He gives to those who yield their lives to Him. O Holy Spirit of the Lord, and now into yes, Marianne, you can join in. Take full control of my selfish will and make me wholly thine. Follow Him, yield your life to Him. He has conquered death, He is King of kings. Accept the joy that He gives to those who yield their lives to Him. I better skip a verse or a chorus there. Well, the crowd are going wild. The cat wanted to join in, and then that got the dog involved too. You see, so
you got a whole menagerie joining you in
so,
worship.
yeah, we're still unfortunately not one big happy family, but we're getting there. We work well in threes. The four together isn't working quite so well, but anyway. I'll have to go and talk to her. Yes, I'm on my way. I'm coming. All right. Stop embarrassing me.
Yeah, I must say that was a beautiful start to Soul Sessions. It had a nice sort of lilt and a sway to
It's
it.
nice. Yeah, real kind of 1960s vibe, I think. Yeah.
It's almost impossible to listen to the song without
Yeah, it's definitely got that go about it, around the campfire kind of a vibe. Like
Yeah, and, once COVID's gone, you can link arms with strangers and just sort of find yourself taken along with it. But while you're sorting out your domestic problems, Drew, Griff and Mary are going to lead us with I want
Jesus to walk with me.
Okay, basically it's almost just swapping subject and objects. I want Jesus to walk with me, and we look forward to this. So Drew, go sort out your home troubles and get back here.
kids.
And while that happens, Griff and Mary will lead us.
1, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me. All along my pilgrim journey, Lord, I want Jesus to walk with me. In my trials, Lord, walk with me. In my trials, Lord, walk with me. On the shades of life are falling, Lord, I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me. All along my pilgrim journey, Lord, I want Jesus to walk with me.
Sorry. Sorry
Hello?
for the delay. Sorry for the delay. I was just quickly typing in. I promised Drew that I'd let us know the next song, and I forgot. I was so busy.
Some of
No,
you people didn't. You guys didn't take typing, did you? Yeah,
no.
it shows.
Yeah, sorry. So at least Drew does know what's coming up next. That was beautiful, by the way. That was a really beautiful rendition of that song. Thank you so much for that. And we're really getting comments in. So nice just getting, representation from around the world. We've got South Africa here. We've got some unknown Ruth Rollofson somewhere from some place, obviously
Norway.
completely not related to anybody on the program. And of course, lots of beautiful people from Ireland. So it's just such a good feeling to be. Isn't it a great feeling to have something that's just sort of wrapping its arms around the world?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Talk about wrapping our arms around the world. The next one is I'll Walk 500 Miles. I actually did a little bit of research on this when I thought about walking. They scholars reckon that Jesus probably walked about 22,000 miles in his lifetime, which is sort of interesting and maybe not, because then it makes you wonder, well, what is normal? And I googled that, and the normal distance a person would probably walk if they reached 80 years old is about 110,000 miles. So that's quite a long. Sorry, Aaron's just saying goodnight. Do you want to just come in here quickly and say hello to just wave hello. Say hello to everybody.
Hey, Aaron.
Night, night, Aaron.
Say good night. Good night. Okay, there you go. Good night, my darling. Okay, sleep well. Good night. Off she goes. Sorry about the intrusions. We had a rough start here at Soul Sessions tonight. But anyway, what do you think about?
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it really is. Thousands of kilometers walked. Drew's going to walk 500 miles through the song. I first heard the song through the movie Benny and June, I think. It was a feature song in that movie. And made me fall in love with like the whole sort of... It wasn't Benny and June, wasn't it?
I can't remember which one either. We played this at a Burns night a few weeks ago, couple months ago. This was on. We were hanging out with Melanie Marshall, our Scottish friend.
Okay.
And this one came on the playlist, and we all had a good time with it.
Okay, brilliant. Drew, are you happy to lead this for us?
Go for a classic pilgrim tune, I think. Yeah, especially for setting out on a long walk or something, or the Camino. You were saying about the number of steps. I was looking this week last year. I took 3,800 steps. That wasn't in a day. That was in the entire week, right? But, so I think that's the least number of steps I've ever taken in a week, right? I barely got out of bed, 3,800. I'll find you the most steps I took in a week, which was definitely one of the days I was walking the Portuguese coast. It wasn't quite 500.
Because you've actually walked the Camino, haven't you, Drew?
Well, not all of it. I cheated. I kind of jumped on a train. It's like, this bit looks a bit hard. I'm just going to get the train. 20 minutes later, I had four days walking done. But, yeah, the Portuguese coast. It's kind of a quieter route, but highly recommended. Anyone who's thinking about it, get on to me.
So did you catch like a first class train and then go on your knees into Santiago de Compostela?
Yeah. Something like that. One day Louise couldn't take too much, so I set off at the crack of dawn and I swung my arms for the entire day. And about 10 minutes before I got to the destination, Louise jumped on the train and she was still there ahead of me. But I had the blisters. I think that's all that counts, really.
Take it away, Drew.
When I wake up, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. When I get up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes along with you. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to walk down that I'm working. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. When the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass on almost every penny on to you. When I come home, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's coming home to you. And when I grow old, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing old with you. But I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da la da la da la da la da da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da la da la da la da la da da. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Da 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 da.
That was probably the mildest version I've done, but the dog at about 5 to 7, the dog really wanted to play, and I made the mistake of going outside and playing for 2 minutes and then abandoning her. So she's now got all of this promise that wasn't delivered. So she's looking at me with literal puppy dog eyes now to go out and play with her. Behave yourself. She promised me she'd be good. Yeah, that's the mildest version of 500 miles I've ever played.
Yeah, it was rather restrained, I thought, but it was beautiful.
It doesn't happen. I don't restrain myself terribly often, so you should take it as you get it. Yeah.
Well, with the theme of walking, I thought, I read a book a while ago called The Philosophy of Walking, which is quite a beautiful book, actually. And it's got some quotes just on the value of walking. And I thought I'd add this. This is a reflection. It's about walking, but also through the eyes of sort of some literary or philosophical greats. So this is a reflection of Jean-Jacques Rousseau, the philosopher and writer. And he said this: past 40, it's time to draw a line under social quests, celebrity friendships, whirling fashions, and incessant tittle-tattle. Rousseau no longer wanted anything but forest paths, to be alone, far from the hubbub, no longer to have to check his social share price daily, calculate his friends, ration his enemies, flatter his protectors, ceaselessly measure his importance in the eyes of others, return looks in kind, avenge words with words. He wanted to be elsewhere, far away, buried in the woods, where there would be silent nights, transparent mornings. To achieve that, he needed to make himself detestable to many, but he knew how to set about it. He would arrange his life so that he no longer had to run or crawl, but could walk. Isn't that beautiful? Reflection on the life of Rousseau. I was thinking about that as I thought about it in terms of scripture, and it took me all the way back to Genesis. The story of Adam and Eve, when they had sinned and eaten of that apple the fruit from the tree. I actually remembered, I went back and looked at it, that it was actually, God was out walking in the cool of the day. So if you ever want good reason to walk, there's really solid evidence that it's good. If even God did it in Genesis, it's good for us to get out and get our walk in. Okay, so Elza, really enjoyed that. Thank you, Elza, from big fan of the Proclaimers. And others as well. We are now going to move on to our next song. This is Just a Closer Walk with Thee. Mary and Griff are going to lead us in the song. And then following that, I'll put that up in the chat. Take it away, Mary and Griff.
I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Just a closer walk, just a closer walk. Granted, Jesus, if you please. Just a closer walk, just a closer walk. I'll walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Through this world of toil and snares, if I falter, Lord, who cares? Who with me my burden shares? None but thee, dear Lord, none but thee. Just a closer walk with thee, just a closer walk, just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, if you please. Just a closer walk, just a closer walk with thee. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. When my feeble life is o'er, time for me will be no more. Guide me gently, safely on to thy kingdom shore, to thy shore. Just a closer walk with thee, just a closer walk, just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, if you please. Just a closer walk, just a closer walk with thee. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be.
That was fantastic. That was really fantastic. Thank you, Mary and Griff. I don't know if it is just the nature of the walking, but a lot of these, the songs all seem to have this sort of walking rhythm swing to it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good to have, you have to have the right tempo. And I can't walk, if I'm listening to music, I have to walk at the tempo of the music. So if I'm running late, I have to like change songs so it's a bit faster so I can actually get there in time. So
we debated about the tempo of this. I had it speeding up, but then it's heading towards death, and like you shouldn't. It felt like the third verse shouldn't fly. So
we heard some really awesome New Orleans versions of these that are like just a closer walk with thee.
That's for
We
the
do
extended
the rest
version.
of the
Yeah.
soul sessions with just that one.
Someone's got time in their hands. Well, our next song, I think, is, well, I don't know if it's, I'll be interested to see what version you give. It's going to be an upbeat version. It's going to be a little bit slower. I Walk the Line. All roads lead back to Johnny Cash. I actually went to research a little bit about this song. And Johnny Cash wrote this, I think, when he was around about 23 years old. It was his first marriage to Vivian Liberto, and he was on the road touring. And he was faced with many temptations as a young rock musician on the road. And he wrote the song as a proclamation of fidelity to his wife. He said to himself, "Play it straight, Johnny. Walk the line." There's some Lenten themes in there and all that. So, Samir and Griff, won't you please tell me it is that Walk the Line. It's not some other Walk the Line. I'm just
you'll have to wait and see.
Johnny who?
well, other way, play that one.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the ties that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you. Because you're mine, I walk the line. And sure as night is dark and day is light, I keep you on my mind both day and night. And happiness I've no proof that it's right. Because you're mine, I walk the line. You've got a way to keep me on your side. You give me cause for love that I can't hide. For you I know I'd even try to turn the tide. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Wonderful. Graf Mary, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We should do just a straight up Johnny Cash evening one night, I think.
Yeah.
There's a book. I thought of you. It was like, I don't have the book, but I read a review of the book, which is kind of like having it. And it's The Gospel of Johnny Cash. And it's written by a guy that does, he's a professor in Texas, and he does prison ministry. And it was reviewed like in the New Yorker or something. So I read that review, but then didn't actually get his book. But
did you watch the biopic, Walk the Line? That one with, it was pretty good. Hey, I enjoyed that.
I thought it was good.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what? Sorry, you said Walking Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix wasn't.
Oh, I thought you said Walking in Phoenix. I'm like, what's that one? Walking Phoenix, yes, that's right. And
It's all connected.
What's her name? Witherspoon. Was it Reese?
Yeah, I think she was.
Reese Witherspoon, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It was a great movie. I really, really enjoyed that. Drew, the next song is it Marching in the Light of God?
Oh yeah, bring a bit of South Africa back into the evening for you, I think.
I was kind of hoping that, I didn't think it would be that, and then you wrote like a Zulu word, and I was like, hang on, is he bringing Siyahamba? Is he bringing something from the old country? And it seems like you are.
Yeah, no, I remembered the Siyahamba bit, but I don't remember the rest of the word. Is it Zulu or Swahili? What language is it?
No, it'd be Swahili. It'd be Zulu.
Zulu.
Yeah.
So I don't know so I don't know what the rest of the word. Siyahamba. Oh, it's back there somewhere, but I'm afraid the brain isn't working this evening. But yeah.
I know a song. I don't know if it's the same one. Singaba hamba yotina kolom shlaba siyakaya ezuini singaba hamba yotina kolom shlaba. It's not that one.
No, but we got you to perform once, so that's good.
I mentioned
some contribution to Soul Sessions.
I mentioned these freedom songs to you years ago, Andrew, or a couple years ago, and I was like, oh yeah, he doesn't know him, but yeah, there's that whole collection of those South African freedom songs. Maybe they were big outside of South Africa.
Well, they would have been really, really big outside of South Africa in the 80s, but they would have been most welcome in the 90s onwards.
That's probably what they were, 80s, late 80s.
Well, we should bring them in. We do have a large South African audience that follows us here.
There we go. Well, hopefully you can sing along, pick a language and sing along. I don't think you mind.
The great thing about the songs we sing is you can pick your own language and sing along.
And you can also pass whatever judgment you like at the other end of the line as well. We're none the wiser. Just don't type it into the group.
I would love to know the discrepancy between what's typed and what's spoken. Drew, you know what? We're actually going to keep us all on for this song. Take it away. We look forward to jiving along with it.
We are marching in the light of God. 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 We are marching, oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, we are marching, oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are living in the love 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 of God. We are living, oh, we are living in the love of God. We are living, oh, we are living in the love of God. We are moving in the power 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 of God. We are moving, oh, we are moving in the power of God. We are moving, oh, we are moving in the power of God. We are marching in the light 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 of God. We are marching, we are marching, oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, oh, we are marching in the light of God. Well, you know, I was a very accomplished amateur marcher in my day, you know, with the Boys Brigade. Yeah, synchronized marching, it's a whole thing. I'll tell you about it another time.
Did you get your marching badge, Drew?
Oh, we had badges for everything in those days, but we wanted to keep amateur, you know, so we wouldn't lose our status for the Olympics. But unfortunately, they never brought synchronized marching in as a competitive event. So.
You can only but wonder why they wouldn't have done that. As exciting as the idea is. Drew, lots of compliments on the South African accent in the singing of that song.
Well, you know, I had to try really hard, and especially with the 500 miles, try really hard not to put on the Pretender's voice as well. You know, it's just kind of, it just happens, you know.
Yeah, because I didn't think about it, and the comment came in, I thought, is he? And then I realized in your accent, I had like shifted, just sort of.
It's totally subconscious, I'm afraid. Yeah.
You turned your microphone onto South African setting.
Yeah. Oh, press the wrong button. Sorry.
Well, talk about it. It's impossible not to change slightly. I would agree with Ruth, who said, "Yeah, you know, you just got to do that woo-hoo part, boy. You can't sing the song and not go woo."
Yeah.
Got to kind of do it. Okay, well, gee, time. It's not only that we physically march on, time marches on. We're already at 20 to 8 already. Can you believe it, people? And our next one is Walking in Memphis. And I want to thank you for it. What's that?
Oh, never mind.
Have I got it wrong?
You're right. I think you're right. Griff is wrong.
No, I wouldn't say that. Okay, put the song you're thinking of in the comments there, okay, and we'll just make sure you get it right. Drew, you're doing Walk in Memphis, is that right?
Well, never before, but there's a first time for everything, yeah.
Before Drew even plays this, a disclaimer: Drew didn't want to play this. He had and I think you'll see this as an error now. He had put that on the chat that this is possibly a song he could sing. I picked up on it because I love the song by Mark Cohen, covered later by Cher.
Yeah.
And this song, actually, you know, I try to go and do a little bit of homework on some of the songs we do just to see if there's any sort of pretty cool tie-in. And there really is with this song. So this guy, Mark Cohn, explained that he was writing music, but he couldn't quite find like a great song. He was okay. He was producing some decent stuff, was playing quite well, realized other artists had done better. And I think he listened to James Taylor. He said, you know, if you want to be inspired, get out of your comfort zone, go somewhere else, see something else, and the song might come to you. So he went to Memphis. And he argues that the song is actually only minimally about Elvis. He says only one line in there, really. But what actually happened was that he went to a church, the Full Gospel Tabernacle Church, on a Sunday morning to hear the Reverend Al Green preach. And he said it was one of the most deeply moving experiences of his life. In fact, so much so that he found himself just crying. And his friend, after that service, is sharing about that experience. And his friend advised him to visit the Hollywood Cafe in Robinsonville, Mississippi, to see a certain Muriel Davis Wilkins, a retired school teacher who also performed at the cafe on Friday nights. He soon befriended Wilkins, and he eventually joined her on stage. The very last song we sang together that night was Amazing Grace. After we finished and people were applauding, Muriel leaned over and whispered in my ear, "Child, you can let go now." It was an incredibly maternal thing for her to say to me, he writes. Just like sitting in Reverend Al Green's church, I was again transformed. It was almost as if my mother was whispering in my ear. From the time I left Memphis and went back home to New York City, I knew I had a song in me about my experience there. And so Walking in Memphis was born. What a beautiful background to that story. And I'm really looking forward to Drew's perfect edition of this. Drew, again.
I have to say, Al Green played Cork about 10 years ago or so. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was super. But anyway, on to Walking in Memphis. Let's see how it goes. Put on my blue. It's a bit low. Sorry, this is where lack of preparation gets you. Bear with me. Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touched down in the land of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm poor as a boy can be. Then I'm walking in Memphis. I'm walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Scroll, excuse me. Saw the ghost of Elvis on Union Avenue. Followed him up the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Now security, they didn't see him, they just hovered around his tomb. But it's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. When I was walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel?
Nothing wrong with that, Stu. Thank you.
A bit dicey, but we got there.
No, it was fantastic. And again, thank you for doing it in the last moment's notice like that as well. Well, we have a fantastic surprise for Brian and Jan. My understanding is they dropped off a couple of books, sharing books during the week. And And this song that they're going to play is one they've chosen from that material. Oh, Liberace. Gee.
Nice.
Okay, well this will fuel soul sessions for years to come. Is that Ella Fitzgerald?
Yeah, I think these were Jan's fathers, and so Brian dropped them off yesterday.
And out of all of that music, you've chosen one called "Don't Fence Me In."
It's a Cole Porter tune. We learned it's an unlikely Cole Porter tune, but it is by Cole Porter. It says so right there.
Okay.
We read a little bit about the background. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you, Jan. Amazing. Mary's been in here for hours.
I've not been in here for hours, but
it was about an hour.
About an hour, yes. But I have to say, so this one we picked because it's fun, but you don't need to read, like we would like the 5 kilometer restriction lifted, but like you don't need to read anything into it.
This isn't an anti-lockdown message.
It's not political yet, okay.
So this is not wink wink an anti-lockdown message. Okay. Right. There is nothing subversive wink wink about this particular stuff. Good.
Right.
Mary, take it away. Look forward to it. Thank you.
Ready? Wildcat Kelly, looking mighty pale, was standing by the sheriff's side.
And when that sheriff said, "I'm sending you to jail," Wildcat raised his head and cried, "Oh, give me land, lots of land under sunny skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to this murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose. Let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountain rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences. Gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. Can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in.
Wildcat Kelly, back again in town, was sitting by his sweetheart's side.
And when his sweetheart said, "Come on, let's settle down," Wildcat raised his head and cried, "Oh, give me land, lots of land under sunny skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me ride by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose. Let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences. Gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. Can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in.
Thanks, Jan and Brian.
Yeah, thank you. Goodness, that was a really energetic rendition of that song. Jazz hands, jazz hands.
You just missed the dance break. You just needed the Bing Crosby dance break in the middle and you were away. Yeah.
Like a little bit dipping in there. Yeah. Really, thanks to Brian and Jan for truly inspiring the Rod of Kings this evening. That was Really, really brilliant. Thank you so much. And thanks to Mary for putting in 1 hour. No more, just 1 hour of practice on that.
It wasn't on that. It was on the 60 books.
Oh, okay. So playing through them methodically, brilliant. We
yeah.
Our next one is we're down to parade. Parade of foxtrots. Okay.
Oh, this will get us through the next global pandemic. You know,
it's just going to be show tunes and Sammy Davis Jr. from here on in, everybody.
Sinatra.
I'm all for that. Yeah, all
Sinatra.
Jackie Gleason. I didn't even know Jackie Gleason sang.
Super.
Well, there are worse things than Soul Sessions being taken over by those names. Truly, those would be brilliant. Okay, brilliant. Our okay. Griff, are you gonna? Do you want to just? Why don't you just type all the books up in the comment section so we know exactly? So here we go. That's lovely. Okay, Heather Teague joins us from Yale. Heather, always good to have you on board. Thank you so much for making your presence known through that encouraging message. And we had one request from last week. That was Sylvia, and that was just for the Lord's Prayer. And as it is Lent, our last week before Holy Week, like I said, we will be taking a break next week. Maybe appropriate that we sing a song like this. When we talk about walking, talk about Lent, I'm reminded of something I heard a while ago through a short video teaching, and the person was mentioning that one of the blessings, I think maybe in early Judaism, was to say to an individual, a faithful person, "May the dust of your rabbi cover you." And I always like that because, of course, when a rabbi walks a dusty road, they're kicking up the dust behind them. And the idea behind the blessing is that may you be so closely following your rabbi that as the dust he kicks up, it sort of lands on you. Of course, in the Judeo-Christian tradition, in our faith, our rabbi is Jesus Christ. I think it's really fitting in Lent to say, may the dust of the feet of Jesus cover us, that we walk so closely with him. With that in mind, we sing the Lord's Prayer. Griff and Mary, you want to take this away?
Better play that. Maybe give me an intro.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever.
Beautiful. Mary, Griff, thank you so much. And we have reached, folks, officially reached the end of our program. say for one last song, we kept this to the end because I think it's quite well known. We always like to go out with one that we hope you sort of sing along at home with as well. And this one is the servant song, We Are Pilgrims on a Journey. And so we're going to close with that. Drew is going to lead that song for us. But before Drew does that, I just want to read one verse from Scripture to kind of take us through the end of Soul Sessions and prepare us for Holy Week. This is from 1 John chapter 2, verse 5. But if anyone obeys his word, God's love is truly made complete in him. This is how we know we are in him. Whoever claims to live in Christ must walk as Jesus did. So that's quite beautiful. Speaks into our theme for tonight. We're going to sing We Are Pilgrims on a Journey. We've got some people just sending in some final words here. There we go, Elsa. Thank you so much. Enjoying the proclaimers, enjoying the Scottish element tonight, and that part of the Lord's Prayer that's particularly meaningful to her. And again, just Sylvia, I'm sure deeply appreciates that Lord's Prayer. Get some final words in there, folks. We'll be shutting down after the song. Drew is going to lead it, and we are going to kind of bop along, but we're not going to sing. We would encourage you at home to sing along. Please sing along.
Keep walking, everyone. We are pilgrims on a journey and companions on the road. We are here to help each other walk the mile and bear the load. I will hold the Christ light for you in the night time of your fear. I will hold my hand out to you, speak the peace you long to hear. I will weep while you are weeping. When you laugh, I laugh with you. I will share your joy and laughter till we've seen this journey through. When we sing to God in heaven, we shall find such harmony. Born of all we've known together, of Christ's love and agony. Won't you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too.
Beautiful, Drew.
Drew, thank you so much. I missed most of that because I was booted off. My connection froze, so I came on. I think. Have you just finished?
It was my best ever performance, Andrew. I'm afraid you missed it. You
Well,
can always tune in on YouTube, you know.
Thank goodness it gets archived. I'll compare it on YouTube and Facebook and see which one came through clearer. But guys, thank you very much. Thank you for. I sort of see it as the end of a particular chapter. Going into Easter, we're taking a week's break. I think we've done really well. January, February, March, and we'll see what lies beyond. We'll continue, like we said, committed to this until lockdown lifts. We wish all of our listeners a blessed Holy Week, a wonderful Easter. Hopefully we'll catch you on our online stuff, our Holy Week program. Everybody here in front of me actually features on that as well. So you'll just catch us in a different form. But Mary, Griff, thank you so much for all your efforts. Drew, as always, deeply appreciated. Even your South African accent. Wouldn't say it was possible, but it was there. So thank you for that. And Sylvia says she's going to miss us. We will miss you, but we will be back in just 2 weeks' time. Guys, good night for now.
Good night, everyone.
Good
night, everybody.
Happy Easter.